Welcome to another episode of Tuesday Tips with Terry. I keep trying to come up with a unique way to intro my stuff here, but it is what it is. Whatever mood I'm in and when I sit in front of the camera is what you're going to get. So I hope at least it makes you smile and that you're having a good day and a good week. So today I want to talk about a no-no to do on LinkedIn. Now, I'm going to tell a story of something that just happened that really surprised me. And I have a feeling that more and more people are starting to do this because social media does require an investment in time. And as you're building relationships, you're going to have to put some time in, right? Whether it's a personal relationship or whether it's a professional one. So I'm changing the names of these people to keep them very, I don't want to call anybody out, but last year I invested quite a bit of money, tens of thousands of dollars, with a very, very good Facebook advertising coach. Let's say her name is Barbara. Okay. So Barbara and I worked together last year, and I learned a ton about Facebook advertising. In fact, it's great. I still use many, many of the things that I learned, even though Facebook changes every day, to benefit my clients and obviously to do my own stuff. And I worked with Barbara for probably 6 months, and I even went to a workshop out west to spend some time with her and a small group to really intensely, dial in some stuff and learn a lot about Facebook. And it was a great workshop. And I would have recommended Barbara and her training to anybody who really wanted to take their Facebook advertising to the next level and their business. Anyway, so had a great relationship, but toward the end of the agreement, I got to the point where I got it, I'm doing it, I'm succeeding with it. I didn't want to continue working with her because it was a very expensive investment for me. So I got my value and went on and started just doing the work. So we had a good relationship. It had a good goodbye as far as ending the working together. And because I had met Barbara in person, we kind of had a really good rapport and everything. She knew a lot about me. I knew a lot about her, where she lived, her family, and she knew all the stuff that I'd done in my business. So it was that kind of relationship, which you should have with a coach that you work with pretty intimately on growing your business and doing those things. So anyway, as you know, I'm on LinkedIn and I have a lot of connections and people are always reaching out, asking for new connections. And all of a sudden I got this request from Barbara. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. To connect. And so we connected. And the first message, I actually have it right here. It said, it said, "Hi, Terry." And there's her picture and her name and right above it. So it's like, this is me, right? "Hi, Terry. Came across your profile here on LinkedIn. Was intrigued and would love to connect. I see you're part of the blah, 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 which was a group that I belonged to as well," implying that she was also a member of that group. "Excited to learn more about what you're up to professionally, Barbara." And I was like, oh, how cool. I heard from Barbara, right? And so knee jerk just kind of responded really quickly. And I said, "Hi, Barbara, how have you been?" Barbara writes back the next day and says, "Hey, Terry, thanks for connecting. I'm doing great. Curious, are you interested in attracting high-ticket clients from Facebook ads on a small budget? If so, I have a free webinar I'd love to send you a link to," blah, blah. And just she goes on and says some other stuff. "Take care, Barbara." And I replied right away and said, "Sure, Barbara, you always have good training. Send me the link." And then I thought for a second, I said, wait a minute. Barbara and I kind of had a pretty good relationship, like friends, we knew each other. Why would I be getting this kind of a message thread from her pitching this, new thing she's doing? If I know Barbara, she would have just sent me a direct email and said, "Hey, Terry, I know we haven't talked in a while," or whatever, blah, blah. "This is really cool. I think that it might be something fun for you to look at for, to just kind of round out your Facebook advertising training." And I would have been all over it. I probably would have signed up, if she had done it that way. So when I replied on that second time, I said, "Send me the link. Is this you replying or are you having an admin do your LinkedIn marketing? And this is what's even funnier. The next reply, which was like within 20 minutes of that, it said, LOL, hi Terry, exclamation. So you could tell the difference in the tone of the author of what was being written in the same message thread. How are you? This is me replying, and I do have help. How are you? And then we just kind of went on and had some more conversation. But that totally blew it for me. Why? Because it was inauthentic. It was totally inauthentic. And one of the things that you have to watch for is in LinkedIn, you have to be you. In their terms and use, like their big long legal thing, user agreement or whatever they call it, it says that you have to represent yourself. You can't, fake your membership or try to, come across as somebody else. And you can't have someone else log in as you and present themselves as you. It's the same thing. It's like lying, right? And you're not going to build trust. You're not going to build relationships that way. That's the one thing about LinkedIn is you have to be yourself. Find other ways to actually reach out to prospects and start building that relationship. Now, with LinkedIn, if you want to continue using it in a way where you're building business, develop a company page, okay? And you can assign users to your company page and they can do posts and stuff and reach out and whatnot and create engagement. And then the only other way you can actually create additional users is by advertising on LinkedIn. Then you can assign users to actually manage the advertising. But remember, when it comes to messaging using your personal profile, be you. I mean, you're creating trust from the get-go. And if you're trying to come off pitchy, if you're trying to come off as someone else, if you've got an admin who is going in there trying to create new connections and look for potential prospects for your business, that's great, but do the actual reach out yourself, or at least declare that it's you wanting to connect with them, right? And this is why it's so important that you do your own posting in LinkedIn. You want to have 100% integrity with that and be totally authentic with people. And that's why I wanted to do a video about this, because I'm starting to see this more and more. And I'm going to do more posts about LinkedIn and using Messenger to connect with people and then immediately pitching them. How do you know if they're even the right prospect for you? They may be in a totally different place. They may have dated content. I don't even want to get started because I'll go on. I'll be creating all these long videos. So anyway, that's just kind of a rant that it really upset me, and I lost total trust in Barbara and what she was doing, and probably will never buy from her in the future as a result of this tactic. So remember, your relationship can change that quickly with a prospect or an existing client that you have by doing some type of behavior like this. So be yourself, be clear about who's reaching out. If you've got help, say, hey, I've got help. Lizzie will be calling you, or Randy will reach out to you to fill out this form or whatever. Be honest with people, because it goes a long way in building trust and building that relationship. So that's my tip for today. Be authentic on LinkedIn. Don't let something like this happen to you. And I hope to be, hearing good news about what you guys are doing to be authentic on LinkedIn. And if you are, I want to see a message from you telling me what you thought about this video and all the other videos that you've watched. And thank you for watching. And if you have any questions and want to reach out to me, you can get me at terry@better3.com. Take care. Have a good one.